Thanks for staying with us this morning. As we finish out 2014, we're going to spend some time with our Secretary of Ag, Jackie McClaskey, and we're going to kind of get an idea of some of the things that went on here in the state of Kansas ag-wise. So Jackie, thanks for joining us.
Happy to be here.
Closing out 2014, it was a very busy year for the department.
It was a very busy year. I think, the immediate thing that pops to mind to me when you think about 2014 is making the move and moving our agency to Manhattan. I don't know how many times state agencies have been moved in not only our state's history, but our nation's history, but it's not a small feat. And it's something that we did successfully, but only because we have a phenomenal team of employees within the Department of Ag who really came together and not only from the physical aspect made the move happen, but really stuck it out and made sure that while we went through the move, we got our jobs done and we took care of our customers and we continue to provide quality service to the people who depend on our agency on a daily basis. But, I still get asked a lot, why did you make the move? Why was it important? And, it's all started with the fact that our lease was up in a rented building in Topeka. And as we continue to really look at our options and lay out the costs of what other options might be, Manhattan was highly competitive. And as the governor said, if you're going to be in Manhattan, you need to be on the K-State campus. So giving us the opportunity to bring the first land-grant university and the first state agency representing agriculture together to be able to look at the folks that we serve and to do it better and more efficiently by working together was really a part of our goal. And we've seen a lot of progress already in our relationship with K-State and the projects we're working on together. So that was a pretty big success in 2014. And there's certainly others that we could talk about. The Water Vision was one of our primary projects and priorities as a state agency. We spent a great deal of time, attended over 250 meetings, and spoke to over 12,000 Kansans in cooperation with the Kansas Water Office to develop the Governor's Water Vision, which is almost done. We'll produce a final version of that right after the first of the year in January. We held another foreign animal disease exercise, and foreign animal disease planning is another high priority for the agency. We take that part of our job very seriously. We brought the Vet Examiners Board into the agency on a 2-year trial basis and really believe that together, working with the Vet Examiners Board and already having animal health within the agency gives us a better opportunity to not only serve the veterinarians of the state and show our responsibility for public health, but also in the long term can help us serve animal agriculture and the pet animal world in Kansas better by all being together and working together. We've taken steps to improve our weights and measures program to make sure clients of whether it be pulling up to a gas station or utilizing any scales in the state can feel confident that they're getting what they pay for and know that they're being taken care of by that program. And I think as you look program to program, I have a lot of great program managers who've taken steps this year to really improve their program and create an increased emphasis on customer service and a more business and friendly environment here and within the department.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the lesser prairie chicken and the waters of the U.S. You're watching Kansas Ag Report. See you in just a minute.
This segment brought to you by Kansas Regenerative Medicine Center. Your stem cells, your health, your life.
Farmers Insurance, your best protection against the unexpected. Call Agent Dan Key at 785-408-5459. Grass and Grain, online or in the mail, keeping Kansas farmers informed for over 60 years. GrassandGrain.com. Blue River Traders, the finest selection of Western-style furniture for your home. BlueRiverTraders.com.
A lot of things happened this year, probably things you didn't expect. Waters of the U.S., lesser prairie chicken. Got a farm bill this year, some changes in that farm bill. So a lot of things you probably didn't see coming, but you had to deal with.
Well, Bryan, it's quite frequent when I'm out talking to folks that they want to ask about federal-related policy issues and really expect that our agency and the state should be standing up for farmers and ranchers in Kansas when we don't have maybe the support we need from the federal level. So you're right. There are a lot of those issues that come our way, and sometimes I get a hard time because I talk about our federal partners. In the perfect world, then we'd all be working a little bit better together than maybe what we've seen in the last year, as you talked about. Waters of the U.S. is a highly concerning federal intrusion into states' rights and individual rights. When you think about the control they're trying to take over Kansas waters, not just Kansas waters, but waters all over literally the U.S., it's just an opportunity for them to take more power at the federal level, and we as a state have to step forward and say, no, this isn't appropriate. It's going to hurt farmers. It's going to hurt ranchers. It's going to hurt local communities. It's going to hurt the oil and gas industry. So from the Kansas perspective, we try to step up and really work together across our state agencies to push back and say, not only is this something that you can do, it's something that you shouldn't do based off our responsibility as a state. So we've worked hard on that issue. We've also worked hard on the lesser prairie chicken issue. Again, we see this as an overstep on the federal government level and an attempt to just keep adding to the list to meet obligations they made in prior lawsuits of listing more species as threatened or endangered. But the reality is, what it really comes down to in the lesser prairie chicken is simple. It's about drought. There are less prairie chickens because we had less water and there was less coverage for them to use. And as we've seen a little bit more rain in some of those areas of the state in the lesser prairie chicken habitat, we're seeing the number of prairie chickens go up. It's not difficult, but if we want to preserve habitat, we should be using the Conservation Reserve Program. It's already there. It's a way to provide that kind of habitat. We don't need new policies and procedures and rules and regulations, and we need to let farmers and ranchers be responsible for their land and their waters and to be able to make the decisions they need. And I wish it was just limited to those issues, but the trends of continued intrusion into agriculture at the federal level is concerning. And yeah, there were some great things that came out in the Farm Bill, and there's some important components there in regard to crop insurance. But again, we just see step after step of challenges that we're having in protecting farmers and ranchers and the state as a whole. One thing to look forward to, I think, in 2015 is we are excited to work with Senator Roberts. We, like most people, believe he is going to be the Ag Committee chair, and I've already had the opportunity to talk with him about our opportunities to work together and get in and testify about what Kansas needs and what we can be doing to really make some changes, so we don't have to just sit back and react, but we can actually be proactive and be part of a solution with the folks who we would like to work with at the federal level.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ryan.